So last time I did this video and I tried to boost the post, that means advertise it on Facebook, I was denied because apparently me showing off my ostomy is too sexual. Okay, fine, I get that. But apparently this photo, censored here, is not. So Facebook, are you gonna do it to me this time? Relationships. I've had my fair share of relationships. Some long-term. I don't want to say that I'm an expert with relationships because I've had my moments. Shorter term. But I did just get married. So I kind of know a little bit about it. Some really short term. But the point is, I've had relationships with an ostomy. No problem. So the questions for this video all happen to be about relationships. The first question I want to go with today is from Janelle Rodrigue. She says, I had to have an ileostomy at the age of 25 because of Crohn's disease. I recently went through a divorce after being married for 34 years. I am lonely and ready to move on and try the dating scene. I worry that no one will want a relationship with me because of the bag. When is the right time to let the person know if you're starting to date? So I kind of went about this a bunch of different ways. I dated a bunch of guys. We don't need to get into it. The first kind of way I went about it was when I started dating my first boyfriend. I had never told anyone that I was dating about my ostomy. I met him at a job where I didn't really talk about my ostomy, so he didn't have any idea. And the first time I told him, I was super freaked out. I'm 17 years old at this time. Sat him down on the couch. I said, I have this thing called an ostomy. I explained what it was. And then I ran into the bathroom until I got a text on my phone from him. And he said it didn't matter. When I went to university and started dating again, I was very open about my ostomy at that point. So because of the circle of people I was with, I was in a sorority. So sorority, everyone kind of talks, and all the fraternities know about all the girls in the sororities. So basically everyone at that point already knew I had an ostomy. And Uncover Ostomy started when I was in third year, and everyone knew about that. So everyone just kind of knew about it. And honestly, it didn't get in the way. I dated a bunch of different guys. No problem. After university, if you Googled my name, Uncover Ostomy would come up. So I know that's a little bit of a different situation than a lot of you, but it was easy to find that I had an ostomy. But in those situations, I kind of started dating some people without telling them my last name. So they couldn't add me on Facebook. They couldn't look me up. They just dated Jessica, kind of like Donna or Cher. That worked well until the time came where I had to explain the ostomy to them. And again, it really didn't matter. And then I met my now husband. And let's just say he knew I had an ostomy before he knew my last name. Sorry, man. The point of the story is, when I talked about my ostomy, the times that I did talk about it, or even when people found out on their own, because I accepted my ostomy, well, I do accept my ostomy, because I'm so comfortable with my ostomy and I talk about it so positively and I tell people that I'm happy with it, they're fine with it. Now, if I were to go around and say, hey, I have this ostomy, it's this bag on my stomach and I hate it and I wish I didn't have it and it's gross and you shouldn't like it, what do you think they're going to think? They have no idea what an ostomy is, or if they do, they don't really know it very well. So if you, the person with an ostomy, tells them that you hate it, obviously they're going to hate it too. What you really have to do is just be positive and accept who you are. And that should be fine. Now, there's always going to be the assholes out there who are going to find a problem with it, but why would you want to date them anyway? Save yourself. I dated a lot of assholes who did not care about my ostomy. I kind of thought it would weed out the bad guys. It didn't. So, point is, love yourself and you'll be fine. One more question comes from Nancy. This one says, haven't had sex since my ostomy and am very self-conscious. Should I wear a wrap or what? Any advice? First of all, you can have sex with an ostomy. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. So you can. This one is very to each their own. I know there are a lot of women and some men who swear by wearing clothing to cover their ostomy when they have sex. In terms of wearing something, honestly, I don't have any specific. I have clothing that you can wear for sex, but it has nothing to do with my ostomy. Honestly, as long as it's empty and you just make sure it's secure, there's no problem. And again, if someone has a problem with it, you don't want to be with them anyway. If you guys have any more questions, just submit your questions in the links above or below, depending on where you're viewing this. Send in your questions, and I'd be happy to answer them. Till next time. P.S. This is what invisible illness looks like. I felt like shit all day. Didn't sleep last night. Sweating all day today. I never sweat. Don't know what's wrong with me. But gotta do what you gotta do.